There's probably about almost 60 tribal groups just in the jungles alone, and some of them are reached. Some of them have a strong church that are able to reach their own people, and some don't have a church in their entire people group. And there's even a few uncontacted people groups as well. In this particular case, this particular group lives in an area that's protected by the Peruvian government, that they basically don't want their culture to change, and they don't even leave it up to the people that do they want to change, do they want outsiders to come in. They have prohibited outsiders to come into this village. There were about 9 of them, 10 of them. 2 of them lived in the jungle city as interpreters, so they had heard, but the others were hearing for the first time. This we taught the creation story, we taught the fall, we taught about Cain and Abel, we taught about the Ten Commandments. We taught through the Bible like that, and we taught especially the birth of Jesus and the death, the miracles of Jesus, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and what happens after we die, and what faith is, which they don't have words like faith in their language. They don't have abstract words. Animists believe that this everything in nature is inhabited by a spirit, and so to them, their whole life is trying to keep the spirits happy, trying to keep the spirits from being offended, so that things will go well for them, so that they won't be harmed by the spirits. So it's constantly appeasing the spirits and manipulating the spirits for their lives. And they acknowledge that the spirits are bad. We taught them that God is good, and God is infinitely powerful, and much more powerful than the evil spirits, and that they could put their trust in Him, that He would protect them and come under His protection, not be under the evil spirits anymore. And so when they transfer, it's a transfer of power. Instead of being under the power of Satan, they're coming under the power of God, and they realize sin because this good spirit who created them, who loves them so much that He sent His Son to be punished so that they wouldn't be punished, that this spirit, that they can trust Him, but instead they chose the evil spirit instead of Him, and so that's why He does not look well upon them. But if they would repent and put their lives under Him, that He would look well upon them, and He would receive them and welcome them to where He is. Well, the last day, they were so eager to listen, and they could tell I was about ready to stop for lunch, and it was past the hour. And so somebody, one of the Yora men, he just speaks up and he says, "Listen, we aren't tired here, and we are not hungry. We want to hear more about Jesus." And so we would go on, and we told them about how they could meet, and how they could remember what had been taught them, that they could meet, that they could remind each other of the truth that Jesus had come, and that so that they wouldn't be punished. God punished Him, and that if they believed that was true, that God had raised Him from the dead, that they would be able to go to where God is, and that He would be in their life, and that they could read the scriptures, and that they could pray together, and they could sing songs together, that they could continue to meet so as not to forget what they had been told. And next year we plan to come back and teach again, and hopefully someday God will open the door that we could go into their village and be amongst them and be able to teach in their village, and that someday God would raise up a Yora pastors that would lead their people into the truths of God.